Hey guys, just coming on here. Kind of wanted to document what's going on. So I feel a lot better than I did a couple days ago. For right now, though, I was not able to take my allergy meds, my loratadine basically, and my nose is all stuffed up. So I ran out of those, and I tried calling yesterday, but Sundays are closed. So I'll try calling her later on today and see if I can pick it up after work today. We'll see. But I just wanted to document this because I need to document it for my own self. So come down, a couple years down the line or a year or so, I can actually know for myself what is going on and what the pattern is. So last Wednesday I had to take off from work because I felt like shit and I ended up getting a sinus infection and blah blah and I'm on medication for it, blah 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 blah. But actually I can't take the antibacterial or antibiotic medicine because it causes me all sorts of side effects. I can take it for about maybe 5 days max, and then I have to get off of it because then I get like weird side effects. So it never really fully runs its course, hence why I keep getting these issues. I talked to a friend at work though on Monday when I was there, and he was saying that he had similar things where you get the migraines, you get the stuffed up nose, you can't breathe, and if I had a deviated septum, and I said, yes, I do. He goes, you pretty much, it didn't help him until he got the surgery. And I've always had that kind of a thing in all my videos, which I've been going back and watching my videos and seeing when I get sick and when I don't, and it's when I'm under a lot of stress, too. And it's also, this is the point, when I eat gluten. So, my point for this is that for the last... Well, I started on Friday, but let's just go with Saturday. 100% Saturday and 100% Sunday. No gluten whatsoever in any of my meals. Not even a little taste. Which is actually kind of funny because I had to make Gramps some pasta side last night, and I went to try to, like, one of them fell off or whatever was on the spoon, and I went to lick the spoon. And I'm like, no. So I had to spit out the little small remainder because I didn't want to compromise. Because now at work they're saying if I'm not there, he's basically saying that I don't know if it's real or I don't know if it's a scare tactic or whatever, but he's saying that he can't have me on Wednesdays now. We'll see when I go in today what he's going to do. His wedding is coming up soon, so I think it's just he wanted somebody to cover, and because he's going to be off for like a week and Doug can't do it. He's the associate, so Brian's the store manager, so we need some other people to be in during the holes in the pockets of the hours. So my schedule's set, noon to 7, has been set, and actually I went on my computer, and if you can see my videos, I've been watching my videos and going through my video logs, because I take documentation of different stuff just for different reasons, but this actually works out for this, and my schedule's been 12 to 7 since October of last year, and I started in August of last year. So this is nothing new. I mean, I had the schedule set up because we had somebody else that couldn't come in earlier in the morning, and he worked with me and all this stuff. So now all of a sudden he wants me to change my schedule, and it's actually worse off now than it was before because we only have Pearl. Before we had Kathy and Pearl. But now with Mom not being here, Kathy can't be here, we can't get the stuff in for Gramp and all this other stuff. So my schedule's set, regardless. It is what it is. So I had this discussion with him because I was sick on Wednesday, and I texted him an hour before I got in there, and I'm like, because I tried. I got up, I got dressed, I felt nauseous. Like, I really felt like I was going to puke, but I was like, no, I have to at least go in there. And then Pearl's like, no, call in. She goes, you're not going in, you're going to make me really nervous. And she goes, you don't look good, you can't stand on your feet without freaking tipping over. And you need something to brace yourself with. So what I ended up doing is I took a migraine medicine, like an Excedrin, which I don't usually take, but it was actually helped out, and the caffeine it helped too. So I was pretty much just like, yeah, I'm done for today. I can't. Like, I went to go lay down. I couldn't do anything all day, and I didn't eat at all until dinner time. Like, I had maybe one of those cup of soups, which is just broth and a little bit of stuff. Which is now sad because if I have to go completely gluten-free, I can't even eat those noodles or that soup. So I'm just going to have broth. whatever. So, yeah, because I don't think there's a gluten-free chicken noodle soup around. Anyway, so basically what happened was I was like, I can't go in, and he said, we'll talk about it Friday. And I showed it to Pearl, and normally when I've had to take off once before, like 6 months ago or whatever, when I was sick, he said, okay, fine, feel better. Completely fine. So the dynamic here was completely different. Okay. Now there's been other issues at work with them saying I'm not performing because I can't retain information and da-da-da-da, which I get. But the scare tactics are starting to be BS for me right now, and I'm calling them out on it. Because they threatened to kick me out when my review went over on the 19th of August. And the end of that August, the last week of August, he said, oh, well, if you can't meet the goals and stuff, we're going to kick you out. Okay. It's corporate. Corporate doesn't care about your family life, which I understand because I'm like, okay, I get it. So then I was like, whatever. Then I started putting applications into different places. So I'm like, well, if you're going to kick me out, then I'm going to save my ass because I have to pay Discover. Discover's not going to care if I don't have any money. They're going to be like, you need to pay us. So whatever. So I just put applications in, and I actually had 2 different places I've been applying to and different things, and I got called back, and then I couldn't call back the other girl. So anyways. So then, like, 2 weeks, the next week goes by, and then towards the end of that week, we had another woman that was here with us, and she quit. Well, she didn't, yeah, she quit because, of course, they don't, I've heard through the grapevine that this company does not fire people, but they will make it extremely hard on you to stay if they don't like you, and then they will, like, lower your hours or make, stuff kind of complicated, and then, basically force you out without forcing you out, okay? So she found another job. Okay, granted, this lady is not 100% got work ethics, whatever. There was other issues anyway, so it was probably better that she left. So then that week, he goes, oh, well, by the end of this month, meaning August, because it was like the second to last week of August where he said he was going to kick me out, the 19th stuff. And then he said, by the end of this month, we're going to make you key holder. Which key holder means that you're going to be promoted. You get an extra $1 for pay, and then you open or close the store. So they trust you with opening procedures and closing procedures. Now, granted, it's nothing new. I've actually, now that I'm watching the videos, since October, since the beginning, they said that they were going to try to make me key holder. So then I had all that health issue, so I couldn't be right away into November, and then December, and then Mom passed in February. But anyway, so I've been promised being a key holder since even November, and they made the other kid, Steve, a key holder before me. Okay? Which is fine, whatever, I don't care. But don't now tell me that you're going to make me a key holder when you just told me that my performance is way below par and you're going to kick me out. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. Logically, that's like completely 2 different avenues of the spectrum. One's on this side, one's on that side. So I started having a red flag going, and then I talked to the associate, and she's like, yeah, we were never fully treated and respected there, and it's more like a guy's place. Which, that's fine. No heart. I get it. He did work with me in the beginning. Like, he's been a really good manager. He's been working with me through the whole entire thing. He understands all the shit that's going down in my house, stuff like that. And it's fine. But right now, when he needs the help, and I'm just unfortunately not able to, not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm not able to because of my schedule being rigid, because Pearl comes from Attica and she can't get here earlier and stuff, and then she's got her other stuff going on, and her car issues, and the like, that I can't count 100% on that, her being here, so I can switch it up. Because he's like, so then after that, he, was like, okay, well, whatever, and I never heard about any of those goals that I was supposed to do, and they never said anything about me being a key holder after that. Now, granted, I was like, after that, I'm like, well, I don't want to be key holder necessarily now, because if I can't retain the information, I'm not going to get, like, slammed by either the customer or the manager for not knowing what I need to know to fill that position. It's not right. I'd rather have somebody who knows the position, who can retain the information, fill that position, right? So after that, this whole month they've been looking for another person, right? Okay, that's fine. So they put in an application, somebody got it, they had another girl come in, and last Monday was the end of the super sale, the 40% off, right? So they ended up bringing her in, which I think was a ridiculous move for that part, considering she's watching the super sale. I mean, Monday was the last day. So super sale, 40% off is the biggest sale that we have, and the fact that most people come in and it's slammed. You get slammed. It is what it is. Whatever. It's not really hard work necessarily. It's just really like kind of go, this order, that order, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You don't really get a break. You have to service customers first, that kind of thing. And we don't get paid for lunch. We don't clock out for lunch, so we get paid through the whole thing. So basically, customers come first. So that's kind of a thing. But she saw this, and she was doing like her online video training as a new person, and that's kind of like, it took me a while to get situated too, but they just put me on cash register when I first started, because they were slammed just like that. And it was actually, now that I'm watching my videos, the same day that I actually started, or like the 3 days that I was there, that on the third day was a 40% off sale. So when I was with the other manager, McCormick, he was like, well, we'll just get you out here, and then we'll just have you cash. And McCormick was way more understanding, because he had a personal history of having to do the same thing with his parents and having gluten issues and all this stuff, so he understood a lot more. And he was actually more one-man show, was what we used to say. So that was another weird dynamic there, too. But I didn't stay with him long enough to know him being a manager. But anytime I had an issue or something, he'd be like, no, I'll take up the slack. It's all good. That's just his personality. That's just what he would do, which I was very grateful for. Now, this manager here just is a normal manager, doesn't take on other slack. He's from a different store. He's from the Buffalo store originally. And his dynamic is different, because in the Buffalo store, it was more contractor mainly versus personal person, like do-it-yourself, we call him. So he wasn't used to doing that kind of stuff. So he's kind of had to adjust, because we're a smaller store here, and it's all mainly do-it-yourself people here instead of contractors, because we're not in Buffalo or anything like that. So it's a different dynamic. And the way he goes about it, he's about streamlining, which is all good and great for the back end of everything. And I think they kept me on because of the fact that I knew everybody pretty much in East Aurora, and everybody felt good coming in and seeing me and things like that. Now, with all this going on and having all this stuff, it's just, he doesn't want to do certain things, and he wants people to cover for that, and I'm not available to cover. I mean, they did work with me when we had to be shut down and the hours got reduced and I had to pick up some hours, and Pearl did work with me then too, so I could take on Saturday and Sundays. But that was because they had to knock the hours, and I was off of Wednesdays, I believe. And it was just Monday, Wednesday, or Monday and Friday from noon to 5, because we were closing at 5 now, then, when we had the shutdown in March for like a couple months. And that was really hard on my pocketbook, because I needed extra money, so I ended up doing that. Now, Pearl is not able to do it on the weekend. She's like, no, I can't, and I'm not going to pressure her and make her feel guilty for that, because that's bullshit. It is what it is, and if that's the case, then I'll put in more applications, and I'll just end up going somewhere else. It's what it is. If he wants... But here's my point. My point is, I want to see if he's BSing. Because he was BSing me so far, because he technically can't fire me. It has to go above his head. And the guy above his head is basically not happy in his position. So he says one thing, and then he screws over my boss, Brian, and my assistant, Doug. Makes him look like a fool in front of people, and stuff like that. The whole thing is just not right. So I think he's getting agitated by looking like a fool in front of people and giving away certain things per the upper management's requests to appease people, which is ridiculous, and that's why the world is the way it is, because people get away with bullshit and they're not held accountable, because this is the dynamic that's falling down. So anyways, I'm going to go in today. I'm going to see whether or not I stay on Wednesdays or not. I'm going to figure it out. If I don't, whatever, I'll have to put... Excuse me, I'm getting nervous because I'm upset. Whether or not I have to put more applications in, I'm going to do it right now anyways. And then go from there. I have put in an application for unemployment if need be stuff, so it is what it is. With COVID being the way it is, we might get shut down again, so I don't know. And that's the other thing, too. When they got shut down, they didn't can me. I stayed there. So technically, if I was canned, I would have got twice as much. And then they basically, when we opened up again, they went back to the people that wanted, that were working to say, hey, you want to come back? So, whatever. So I kind of got screwed on that one, too, because I'm an essential worker, and I'm out in public, and I'm got a compromised immune system with my sulfa, and I have an autoimmune issue, and they don't really care. And I can't exactly quit because then I can't get unemployment. But if this goes down and Gramps the way he is, I might actually have to do something because I'm not going to end up bringing something back. And he's already coughing and he's got like kind of stuff in his throat with the phlegm. Now, it's been hot now for the last 3 days. It's been about 80. So the heat's been off. I mean, it's on, but it's like not working because we don't need it right now. The next coming week, it's going to be cooler. So it's going to start again. So he's going to start getting that whole phlegmy crap thing. I've always got it, basically, because of this, which also compromises my immune system, too. So I put my thieves on and do my supplements and things. And actually, now, by being on the 3rd day of having to be gluten-free completely, I think I can be able to boost my immune system where it's not overreacting, and I'm not as bad. And I'm not bad at all, to be honest. And that's what I actually wanted to document, too. Not necessarily this thing with the work, but the fact that I've been gluten-free for about 24 full hours, going on 72, maybe a little more, and I've noticed my belly weight is gone, basically. Not my belly, but my stomach, like when it gets bloated, it's not like that anymore, and I have more issues. Like today, it's 7:50 now, but I woke up at like 6, kind of like, ooh. Now granted, it wasn't, I got woken up because I heard a red squirrel chewing on something in the wall, which was not cool. I got other issues. But I'm also only solely drinking peppermint water with my Vitality peppermint and putting 1 drop in my water bottle and using my Poland Spring water, but not drinking it out of the plastic and just putting it in the glass. Because I got away from doing the glass for a while. I got a new glass thing. Well, it's not new. It's new old. Because I got it a couple years ago and never used it. Because my other ones kind of got gunk in the bottom of it, so I don't trust it right now. And I can't compromise my immune system with something like that. I did put thieves in it and put the mouthwash in and cleaned it out and stuff. So it should be fine. I cleaned this one out too. But it's just, with use, we don't have a dishwasher, so it's not like I can go in there with a dishwasher, and when I wash it, we don't have something that goes in to the actual bottle to wipe it all out yet. So, and the way Pearl washes things, it's kind of weird. She uses instead of the sponge, she uses a washcloth and then lets it dry, and it's just weird. It's just weird. I get it, because she doesn't want to keep buying sponges, and we're tight on money because of other stuff, and her mindset is different. But anyways, so basically, that's where I am right now. If I had my loratadine, I think I'd be almost perfect. But right now, with the ragweed outside and things like that, I do think I have retention for that crap. And of course, pet dander. That's what mainly it's for, because I do know I'm allergic to my cats, sadly. Charlie and Willie, Willie was one thing. Willie was Dan's cat, but Charlie was my cat, and Charlie was a Flame Point Siamese, and we had them when we first got here back in 1990, and Charlie was expensive because he was supposedly, and he was pretty good, anti-dandruff or allergic cat, whatever. They bred him specifically for that or whatever. It was supposed to be really good for that, and I could wear him. Yeah, I could wear him around my shoulders all the time because he used to be on my shoulders and stuff, and it was just so funny, and I never had an issue with any of the stuff in the house, and I think that's one reason why. Plus, I was younger, and this deviated septum didn't really show up inflamed until a couple years later. And I didn't have the stresses I do now because I was a kid and my food was provided, my house was provided. I just had to go to school, deal with, drama at school as a kid would. And then, all this other stuff. I didn't have to worry about, trying to pay back bills, trying to make sure you got food on the table, all the adult stuff. So it's just kind of a different dynamic. And your body's getting older. It's breaking down. It's readjusting as the years go on. So anyway, and there's a lot of environmental things too that have to do with it, like certain products that I've switched out now that are helping me out instead of the chemicals and stuff, and a lot of stuff like that. So anyway, well, my hair is good now. I got my new shampoo, so I'm taking showers at night now instead of during the day, and it helps me sleep and it helps me feel a lot better now. I don't know why, but when I started working other time, I started to do it in the morning because I was just like, okay. And now taking it at night like I used to, it fits me better personally. So it calms me down and all that stuff. But anyways, this video is going on 21 minutes, and I didn't mean it to be this long. I just really want to do a quick, simple one about the fact that I'm not doing gluten now, and I'm really because if I keep getting sick, I know that he's gonna pretty much be like, you're done, and I need the money to pay. So I need to straighten up, and I need to do the gluten free. I did my crock pot. I did unfortunately leave it out overnight for about 6 hours, but I think it'll be okay. If not, I'll just put 3 drops of Thieves in it. Thieves Vitality, to get rid of all the gunk that might be in there, and then swoop it around and have a little cool little fall flavor for it. It's just chicken, rice, and then a bag of frozen peas and carrots, and then you got that cream of celery thing, not cream of celery, cream of chicken soup, as well as rice. So it's not too much, and then you got broth in it. So I made a lot of it, and I'm like, because Gramp was all off. He went to bed early, and I was talking to my aunt, and the crock pot was over on the other side. I totally forgot to do it because I was up here and trying to do this and trying to do that, and that's the story of my life. Not really, but anyway. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I can save it, and I know I can save it. And it'll be good. And then that'll be that. So we'll see what this happens, and then we'll go from there. But I just want to document the fact that it has been at least 100% 24 hours, if not longer, because it started Friday night. So Friday night was... Yeah, Pearl made food. See, that's the other thing. When Pearl makes food, I don't know what she makes it with. So she could do a gravy, and that gravy mix could have gluten in it. So if I want to be completely gluten-free, I have to make sure everything that's made is not, and it's going to be hard because I feel bad because that means sometimes I can't eat what she wants or what she makes. Luckily, she had mashed potatoes Friday night, which was awesome, and then she had the meat, which I ate, but it was in a gravy, so I can't 100% say that it was gluten-free gravy because you'd have to get gluten-free, and she gets stuff from the food pantry and stuff, so none of that. And then when she does stuff to season it with, like I said, it's the soups and stuff. Granted, the Campbell soup I used is MSG in it, but it didn't say anything about being gluten. So, not supposed to have MSG either, but you take what you can get, But I've been okay. So we'll see what happens, and I'll pretty much just have to tell her straight out, I'm sorry, Pearl, you make the food for Gramp. I'll just eat this. And if you want to make mashed potatoes and those smaller potatoes or whatever, that's fine. But I have to keep my potatoes for my crock pot so I can continue to make that stuff. And we'll go from there. I'm pretty sure she'll be okay because she's more concerned about me losing my job because of my health issues and stuff like that versus something else. So, I don't know. But anyways, 25 minutes. Sorry, guys, for being so long. I just figured I'd pop on here and do this before I forget all about it because I was watching my videos before and I'm like, hey, let's document this so that you have information. So, alright, I will talk to you guys later. Love, light, and blessings. It'll be an interesting day at work. Hopefully, he's going to get married next week, so he's going to be there until Wednesday, and then he's not, my manager, so who knows? Maybe he'll just, because I've noticed before he's been telling me to do, grunt work, whereas before he wasn't. So the dynamic has definitely changed. He's kind of the attitude there and the energy there is well, if I'm not going to have fun, you're not going to have fun type of a thing, so I'm like, oh, whatever. Whereas before it was just very calm and hey, let's shoot the shit type stuff and what are you into and like talking all about that and pretending to be my best friend and type stuff like that. And then, and it's just weird. And I don't like two-facedness. I do not at all like two-facedness and stuff. So, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to get off. I'm going to go put some more applications in on Indeed and see where they take me. All right. Love, light, and blessings, everybody. Namaste. Love you.